Welcome ESL to race 2 at Monza in the Clio Cup Series as qualifying is set to start. 10 minutes of qualifying. We will see who can put together the fastest times on the road course. Qualifying is a little tricky. You really want to try to get on the track as soon as possible, and you do not want to be around too much traffic so you can lay down the fastest time possible. As we see Nelly out on the track first. Race one's winner was Ani, the number 73. He had a great race, and Rhett Sawyer was in second, with Colin Pierce in third. What type of race can they put together today? As we see a lot of drivers starting to hit the track. There's DJ Hume. Your race one winner, Ani, has just got on the track himself. What type of lap time can he put together today? Here comes Rhett Sawyer, the number 32. Colin Pierce, the number 11. He finished on the podium in the first race. The track is at 119 degrees, 7-mile-an-hour winds. Almost all the drivers are on the track except for two. Killmonger has not come out onto the track yet. There is the number 18 about to lay down his first lap. It's a lot of money at stake today. Only the podium pays out for the team. For whoever makes it on the podium, those are that's the only money these teams can win. 150 grand on the line for the winner. 100K for second and 50,000 for third. But we also have the driver championship points at stake as well. You want to accumulate as many points as possible to start the season, even though we have two races every week, but you do not want to fall into a hole early on and have to try to climb out of it during the season. That is definitely a tough thing to do. There is Doug Britton. He finished fourth in race one. He definitely showed some speed toward that end of that race. Mitchie O'Brien, he finished in fifth. We should start seeing these first lap times coming in here soon. And there is the first lap time, 2 minutes 14 seconds. And for right now, Nelly's on top of the board, but for how long? As cars are going to start laying down that first lap time. 2 minutes 14 seconds, 0.491. Now Evan Ethel with the fastest time so far. He put down a 0.367. Weezy second on the board, and here is Morningstar, and Colin Pierce jumps to the top of the scoreboard. We know he was fast in that first race. He's almost laid down 2 minutes 14 seconds flat, pretty close. Blazing fast time. We will see what type of time Rhett Sawyer puts together. And there he is on top of the leaderboard. 0.017. We still have 2 minutes left in qualifying. Will this hold? I mean, he was fast in that. He qualified fast in that first race. You know, he got into a battle with, I think it was it Colin Pierce, if I'm not mistaken, and then Ani kind of ran away with it as those two were battling. Javier Vasquez in third, moves up to third. Good lap for him. Struggled in that first race. Mitchie O'Brien up to eighth on the board. Killmonger has yet to lay a time down. DJ Hume hits the pits, and he just laid his time down, came in third. Great lap for him. He was the car I mentioned last race. You know, towards the end of that race, he was moving, and here he is with a great lap time. We still have a minute left in qualifying. Evan Ethel goes on to pit road. I think some of these drivers are satisfied with their time. As the qualifying session is almost over. But another blazing lap by Rhett Sawyer. If this holds, he's going to have 2 poles on this track. This might be his favorite track moving forward. And he heads into the pits. He is happy with his lap time. I think all these drivers will be heading into the pits here. I didn't see a lot of cars bunched up this time around. I mean, it wasn't too bad that first race for qualifying, but everyone was pretty spread out this time around. It definitely shows because some of these guys put on some great laps. And here comes Killmonger onto pit road. There's Krista Rowe in 19th for qualifying. Evan Ethel in the top 10 in 8th. Solid qualifying position for him. He finished 17th in the race. So this is a good start for him today. And there's Rocco Stallone. Unfortunately, a bad qualifying run for him in 24th. And qualifying is officially over. I'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the race. Set to start this race as we do standing starts at the Clio Cup. And we are underway for race 2. As you see, drivers quickly try to move up a few positions on the start of this race. There's Killmonger. He jumps to the outside. He's trying to take second away from the 11. This is the chance you have to make your moves on the start of this race. But we have some familiar faces up front as Rhett Sawyer in first, Colin Pierce in second. We saw Rhett Sawyer do the same thing in race 1. You know, he took off, but as the laps went, he started fading a little bit. So we'll see if the same thing happens today. Colin Pierce in second, Killmonger in third. As we see Kyle Storm trying to battle for position. He is currently in 8th. As this race is 25 minutes. No pit stops, straight racing for 25 minutes. The only time a car will go into the pits if he has some type of damage. There's Rhett Sawyer still in the lead, but Colin Pierce already on that bumper. Can he find an opening and get by the number 32? As he is almost on that back fender. Colin Pierce gets a little wide, opens the door for the 21. Killmonger Vasquez, and right behind him is Javier Vasquez, the number 7. As we cross the start-finish for the first time today. But Killmonger's right there on the side of that 11. This is the part of the track you're going to want to try to make a pass coming into this first turn. Got to hit this braking zone right. If not, you're going to give up some positions here. Killmonger's side, they're side by side coming out of turn 2. This is going to help Rhett Sawyer pull away. He's loving all this battling behind him. But Killmonger couldn't make the pass on the 11. That is Javier on the side of the 21. He's going to try to make the pass on the 21. The 21 fights him off. Evan Ethel trying to battle for position. He is currently in 9th. Kyle Storm right behind him. And Mitchie O'Brien rounds out your top 10. And Doug Britton currently in 17th. Not a great qualifying day for him. And it's a lot different when you're towards the end of the field dealing with dirty air and all types of things. That's going to affect the handling of this car. Rhett Sawyer in control of this race. Well, they were battling for second place. That helped them out so much. And he took advantage of the situation. He's got about a second lead on Colin Pierce. We still have plenty of time to go in this race. Killmonger still holding on to 3rd. Javier close 4th. Ringo in 5th. Morningstar in 6th. This is part of the track where drivers can draft and hopefully gain enough momentum going into the turn to try to make a pass. As you see Kyle Storm, he moves up to 7th. He is up 3 positions from the start of the race, so he is definitely on the move, has some speed today. This is one great thing about the Clio Cup Series. If you have a bad race in race 1, you can make up for it in race 2. Rhett Sawyer still in command. 1 second lead. He hasn't extended the lead, but they have not closed the gap either. We will see as we get deeper into the run who manages their tires the best as well. That's going to make a difference towards the end of this race. Colin Pierce holding on to the second. And he is definitely gaining some ground in that 11. He's getting closer and closer. Only 4/10 back from the 11. And Killmonger currently has the fastest lap in the race. So he is laying down some lap times for sure. And now Colin Pierce is gaining a little bit on Rhett. He gained 2/10 that last lap. As the top three have pulled away from fourth. But if they start battling for second, it will open up the door for the number 7 to gain some ground. And Morningstar looking to get past the number 301. Mike Mello in 15th. Gunny McGuire in 16th. There's Chris Delroe trying to make a pass, and he does make the pass. The race one winner, Ani, he is in 14th. Not the day he was hoping for today. Brett Sawyer still in the lead. 15 minutes to go in the race. And Colin has gained 2/10 more. So every lap seems like he's inching closer and closer. He is on the hunt for the 32. Still plenty of time. And now it's 0.4. Gained another 2/10. So he is coming for sure. He's closing in and closing in fast. Did Rhett Sawyer use up his tires in his first few laps here? But the 11 is there. Now he has to find the right opportunity to get past the 32. As we go around turn 7. And here comes Killmonger. He looks to the inside, but there's not an opening there. And the top 4 are very close to each other now. And they have run away from the 5th place car, Morningstar. The 11 takes a peek to the inside. Now he looks to the outside. Just nothing there. He can't find an opening. And he doesn't want to miss his braking zone or get too wide. It's going to open the door up for the 21 and the 7. So he has to pick his spots wisely. Morningstar loses a position. He's trying to hold on to fifth. The 301 is trying to fight him as best he can to hold him off. And now Kyle Storm is trying to take advantage and get by Morningstar as well. And he makes the pass. Kyle Storm up 4 positions. Now we see Tyler Grims. He's going to try to make a pass on Morningstar. Morningstar seems to be fading a little bit. As they go around turn 6 and 7. But Grims cannot get past Morningstar. As we go back to your leader, Rhett Sawyer still in the lead by 3/10. As they're all drafting off of each other. As long as they stay close, they can stay in the draft. I think right here is going to be Collins' chance to try to make the pass on the 32 as we hit this straightaway and cross the start finish. This is going to be his opportunity right here. He's going to take a look to the outside. Rhett Sawyer trying to break the draft as well. They go around 1 and 2. Rhett Sawyer doing a good job of hitting his marks, not making a mistake. Tyler Grims gets by Morningstar. He moves up to 7th. So he has having a great run late in this race. There's 10 minutes to go. But those top 4, they're neck and neck as we go into turn 6 and 7. Rhett Sawyer separated himself by a few car lengths. He does not want any of these cars behind him to get by. As we head into the last turn, turn 11. It's about an average of 2 minutes a lap, so we're probably going to have 4 or 5 laps to go. Will anyone make a move at this part of the track? And there goes Colin Pierce. He looks to the inside. You see him hitting those brakes. He cannot find an opening. He gets wide. He almost comes off the track. Opens the door for the 21. What a mistake by the 11. He pushed it too hard into that turn. He had so much momentum going into that turn. He slammed on the brakes, got a little loose, almost came off the track, opened the door for the 21. Now can Killmonger make a run at the 32? That's all it takes, man. One mistake. Especially when they're that close to each other. Mitchie O'Brien moves up to 7. He's trying to battle the 52 now. The 52 lost a position. Morningstar up to 7th. And look at Ani up to 9th. So he has been battling all race up 7 positions. Man, he is flying towards the end of this race. He is making the most of this race, man, after being like 14th at one point. Rhett Sawyer still in the lead. He has led this race wire to wire. Can he hold on for a few more laps? He might have to contend with the 21, though. As they've created separation from the 3rd and 4th place cars. There's Colin Pierce. There's Javier on the outside. He's going to try to make a pass. This is for the podium spot right here. Javier trying to fight hard. As they're side by side going around turn 3. They're still side by side. Who is going to win this battle? This is for the podium. There is some money on the line as well. They head into the turn. Can the 7 take advantage? They're still side by side. Great battle for 3rd. As we head into turn 6 and 7. And Colin Pierce holds him off. Great job by him. And Killmonger almost to the bumper of the 32. They go around the S turn. Sawyer continues to try to hit his marks. Does not want the 21 to get any closer than he is. Javier trying to look for another opening on the 11 to see if he can make the pass. He looks to the outside. Can the 21 find an opening somewhere? Rhett Sawyer still in the lead, but not by much, as Ani has dropped down to 16th. There's so much passing going on in this part of the field. You could easily gain some ground or lose it pretty quick. But the 21 on the bumper of the 32. Colin Pierce still holding on to 3rd. Javier in 4th. As we head into turns 8, 9, and 10. 21 trying to find an opening. It's going to be very difficult to get past the 32, man. He has been on rails this whole race. But it is possible. It gets a little wide to 21 coming out the turn. We're going to cross the stripe with about 2 minutes, 25 seconds. We should have enough to run 2 more laps here, including this one. Actually, 3 more laps, including this one. As they're side by side going around turn 1. This is a chance for the 21 to take advantage. They're still side by side trying to battle. And the 21 Killmonger takes over and takes the lead for the first time today. What a run by the 21, man. He took advantage. That's where you have to take advantage, that part of the track. He capitalized and took the lead. We know the 21's fast. Race 1, towards the end of that race, he was showing so much speed. Now he has to hold on. The 32 is all over the 21's mirror. He knows he's back there. The 21 cannot make a mistake here. The 32 is very fast. As we have 1 minute left, we will cross the stripe with at least a few seconds left, which will give us 1 more lap of action. Can the 21 create some separation? Now he's in that clean air. As we head into turn 11, about 30 seconds to go. They head to the start-finish line. Rhett Sawyer all over the 21. We're going to cross the start-finish with about 10 seconds to go. 1 more lap to go. Rhett Sawyer bounces to the outside. They're about side by side, about heading into 1. Who will take advantage in turn 1 and 2? They're side by side going into the turn. Can the 21 hold off the 32? They're both trying to battle so hard. And Rhett Sawyer takes advantage, takes the lead right back. What a run by the 32. The 21 had to look out for the 32. The 32 is so fast, he just couldn't take advantage of that. Turn 1 and 2 is very tricky because you're coming in with so much momentum and speed. If you don't hit that braking zone right, man, you're going to make a mistake. But can he find another opening? Can the 21 find 1 more opening and regain the lead? Can the 21 get by the 32 as we only have a few more turns left before the end of this race? We head into turn 8, 9, and 10. Killmonger running out of opportunities. But he is almost at the bumper of the 32. Can he try to make a pass right here? He's trying to find an opening. He bounces to the outside. Can he side draft him to make the pass here as we head into the last turn? He is at the fender, the back fender of the 32. We go around the last turn. And we head to the start-finish line. And Rhett Sawyer wins race 2 at Monza. Man, what a race towards the end. The 21, man, you cannot have your head down for that. He gave it all he had. He almost had a shot going into that last turn. I don't think we're going to see the end of this rivalry right here. I think we're going to see this again. Stay tuned. So Rhett Sawyer first. Killmonger in second. And Colin Pierce in third on the podium again for the number 11 as well as Rhett Sawyer. Well, that was a heck of a race for sure. But congrats to the 32, man. There was a lot of action there towards the end. Your top 10 is Rhett Sawyer first, Killmonger second, Colin Pierce third, Javier fourth, Kyle Storm with a great run, up 5 positions, finished fifth, Morningstar sixth, Ringo seventh, Tyler Grims eighth, Evan Ethel ninth, and E Weezy round out your top 10. Ani finished in 18th. He struggled towards the end there after he had gained so many positions. Doug Britton as well. He finished 20th. But he scores a point. Your top 20 score a point, and that's where you want to finish as far as driver championship points are concerned. You want to finish at least in the top 20 to get some type of points. So we will see what next week brings. As we head to Magny Coors, that's where we're heading to week 2. That is definitely a great track. Looking forward to making the call at that track. But congrats to the 32. On a great run at Monza. He had 2 great races. Can he replicate that next week? We will see what happens. Lotus 79 is up next. I will post the time for that race. It might happen in a half hour or it might get pushed back, but I will let everyone know. Just keep a lookout for my post for the time. But once again, thank you for supporting the stream and supporting the league. I will see you guys next time.